Hello everyone, this is Hurricane Stuff here, and today I'm going to be talking about a few hurricane names I think should have been retired. Now, this is not meant to offend everyone, this is just meant for fun reasons. Now grab your popcorn, grab your Pepsi, as we dive into this. Now, the first hurricane I want to talk about is pretty recent as Hurricane Debby, as it hit Florida as a hurricane and steered off the United States east coast, eventually turning post-tropical into Canada. Now, what I don't get is how Debby was the most damaging hurricane in Canadian history, as floods were obviously devastating, and Quebec and Montreal absolutely got pummeled by Debby's rains. In all and for certain, I think Hurricane Debby should have been retired because of the damages and deaths it had caused. Now, the next one we have is Hurricane Isaias. It started out as a nice potential tropical cyclone and moved up, hit the Bahamas, causing further misery after Dorian, and then hit the United States coast as a Category 1 storm. Now, Hurricane Isaias was prolonging the terrible season that was 2020 and the year of 2020, and Isaias was not a good helper of that, as Isaias caused a lot of power outages and caused a nice tornado outbreak that was devastating. Not nice, it was devastating. But all in all, Isaias ruined homes and ruined property, and that's why I think Hurricane Isaias should have been retired in 2021. Now, this is what I say is the most devastating. Hurricane Gordon started as a tropical depression near Central America, then went up, hitting the Caribbean, and absolutely devastating Haiti, and absolutely kind of went like a drunk person, just started swerving everywhere, and eventually hit the United States. Now, with all of this being said, Hurricane Gordon claimed the lives of 1,000 people. Not just 1,000, more than 1,000. It was absolutely devastating about why this hurricane happened. And this was not just your run-of-the-mill hurricane. It had a lot of rainfall, which caused most of the deaths in Haiti. And Cuba and Jamaica also got hammered, but not as hard, because Haiti had poor infrastructure. Keep that in mind for later when I'm about to tell you something later. And then anyway, it retained hurricane strength off of the Carolina coast as it entered the subtropical region, which is where tropical cyclones become subtropical, hence the name. Anyway, the reason on Wikipedia why the name wasn't retired, I told you to remember this, was because of Haiti's infrastructure. Huh? So 1,000 people dying and infrastructure doesn't include retirement, which is something I don't get. The next storm we have is Hurricane Sally in 2020. Now, Hurricane Sally costed $7.3 billion of damage, which makes it the costliest storm ever to not be retired. This storm was slow moving and made fall in Alabama, the first one to do so since Ivan at the point. Now, Sally was a destructive storm, but the death toll is probably the reason why it didn't get retired and only killed 9. But still, a death toll is still a death toll. No one wants to see that shit. Excuse my language. But to be fair, Sally made its point to be retired, as $7.3 billion damage is a lot of money. Like, how many people do you see have $7 billion? The government in our U.S. has trillions of dollars, but $7 billion is a whole. That's why I think Sally should actually be retired. And I think that would be the end of the video. I had absolutely fun making this video. If you guys want a part 2, let me know. If you guys suggest another hurricane that should be titled, there's a comment section. Leave your thoughts. Leave your thoughts again, because I don't know what to say. Please like, subscribe to support the channel. And let's go to 50 subscribers.